Welcome to Zero to Hero Pro Driving Tips episode 3. Today we are talking about driving downhill, and that's usually quite hard to many to manage to drive downhill in the proper way. Let's see how I do it. This is pretty straightforward. You just drive over the crest, and actually on this you don't need anything special. You just drive down with the four-wheel drive, because it's relatively grippy, so you don't need to hack around that much. And so when you go on downhill, there is only one basic rule that you need to follow. You will need to drop both of the tires simultaneously to the target that is underneath. So in this case it's this here. So you have to drop both of the front tires at the same time, so they will meet this rock at the same time. Otherwise you will end up falling down on different angles. I can show you later how it can go wrong, but that's the only basic rule on driving downhill. Okay, let's see. I put the gate pretty narrow, but now I just lock the rear tires because this is pretty level on top, so it won't start falling in any direction. So now we try. You see, like that. Both tires at the same time. Then you can drive away with the four-wheel drive. Okay, so following the same rule, we have a little bit more tricky downhill over here. It isn't like level. It's higher from this side than from this side, so you will need to position the rig so that both of the front tires will meet the ground at the same time. So let's see if I can do it right now with the four-wheel drive, and then put the front dig on, grab. Well, basically it went through, but that's not the way I planned. Okay, and here we have the next gate. It has this ledge at start, but it should be relatively easy to drive through that. But then we have the issue down here that the rig most likely won't fit from here, so I have to drive a little bit over this to get the car straight onto the gate, so not either of the tires will hit the gates. We will see how it goes. Here I just lock the rear tires so the rear end won't flip over. Now I just put a little bit of four-wheel drive, and then again locking the rear tires. Then I try to get the driver front tire on the rock beneath slowly, and climb it over with the front dig, and that'll drag the whole rig down onto the rock that I'm climbing over, hopefully, somehow like that. And now it's pretty straight, so I can drive through. So this will be the next challenge. It's quite tricky because it's downhill, but it's a little bit off-camber, so you will need to get both of the tires hitting this simultaneously. otherwise if you come straight here and the driver front tire touches here, it will push the car over and you'll need to position the rig on top here so it will fall simultaneously on that rock. Then you just need to climb that one over with the four-wheel drive and drive down. Now I just turn in a little bit so I will get the front tires falling down simultaneously like that. Now I can just put on the drive and drive away. The next one is pretty hardcore because this ledge is over the car length, and on top of here we have this moss and it's not that grippy, so we will see how this goes. Try to position the rig so the both tires will hit the ground simultaneously, but I know this will not work out. So, moments like this you need luck. And let's see if I got some. Like this. Now I can reverse. Theoretically. Pretty long downhill with a turn in the middle, and this will be a challenge for sure because there is not too much grip because of this loose stuff. But let's see. I will lock the rear, and now I wish that this will grip, and as you can see it gripped, but how about from now on? No. And as we could see, it was, let's say, too steep to drag, so you will need to have a little bit of speed. We will see how it goes. I will try to drag the rig over here because I know here is grip, but we will see if the rear suspension wants to go up because of the steepness of the rock. Well, that went better, and now I just try to get it on the rock down below like this, still dragging the rear, and now I push with the rear dig so it won't be tracking on the gate, and now I simply steer in. Alright, this is the last challenge of the day. It has a little bit uneven first downhill, and then it gets really tricky. From here you have this pretty steep and non-grippy downhill, and then straight ledge down, another ledge up, and then down again. So this is way more tricky than the ones that we drove earlier, but I will try. That went well, and now I'll try to position the rig, because you see now the passenger front tire, it's almost level down there, but try to grab it, but now I see myself that this will not work, so I cannot back down. But yeah, I will try to put both of the front tires. that was my guide driving downhill, and basically I don't have any other rules than only one rule and pro tip, as you might call it. Drop both of the front tires simultaneously on the ground. That way you will nearly every time manage to do a proper downhill gate without any penalties. That's my pro tip for this episode, and see you on the next one.